Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, we have a ring, and what we'd like to do is determine if it is made out of gold or perhaps some other material. How would we go about determining this? And so the answer is that pure metals have unique densities. So if we can determine the density of our ring, which is the symbol, it's like a cursive P, it's used for density. Determine the density of ring and see if it matches the density, that cursive P, of gold. Okay, well, how do we determine the density of gold? Well, we need to take our object and we need to know, well, what are the units of density? Density is weight or mass, more specifically, over volume, right? So that could be grams per liter or kilograms per cubic meter, for example, something like that. Anytime we have a mass in the top and a volume in the bottom, that is a density. And so the next question is, how would we obtain the mass? And how would we obtain the volume? Okay, so mass. This is simple in a lab, and that is use a balance, right? So this can be the electronic balance that most labs have these days. Simply place the ring on it and read off the mass, right? Or you may have an old style uh, mass with the sort of the tray thing and that big long uh, pointery thing, right? Right. In either case, you place the ring on the balance and record the mass. Okay, what about volume? The traditional way of determining volume is to use displacement. And the idea is that if we have a beaker, or a graduated cylinder would be more accurate, and we have, let's say, 5.83 milliliters of water in our beaker, and then we drop in the ring. And we see that our ring is completely submerged, and we get a new water reading of, let's say, 9.3 31 milliliters. Then what we're saying is that water was 5.83 milliliters, and the water plus the volume of our ring was 9.31 milliliters. And so to ascertain the volume of just our ring, let's go ahead and make this look a little better here. We would take the mass of the water plus ring minus the mass of the water to get the mass of the ring, or 9.31 milliliters minus 5.83 milliliters equals I don't know off the top of my head, but this isn't a real number. We're just computing it as an example. So this is how you determine volume experimentally via displacement. Mass is rather simple. And then once you have the two, you simply put the mass over the volume and calculate the output.